I have a question for this panel. The things we're talking about for an optimal backup strategy, you have things like redundancy, you have offsite, you have an IT investment, you have a maintenance, etc. And our audience is a recording studio that's lucky if they can pay their electric bill this month, okay? Not only is it possibly an economic strain, but it is outside of the realm of their core competencies, what they do, okay? How far are we from having connections, fiber connections, where I can hire an offsite place in St. Louis who has a backup in Washington State and get into a service level agreement with them, and every night I hit a button and pump my stuff to them, they mirror it, they do a one-to-one, and all of the obligations we talk about, however well-intended and however right, are relieved from me as a studio owner who's lucky I can understand phantom power.
Well, I think, I mean, for example, Iron Mountain offers that as to their public companies as nightly backups, grabbing all the emails and the financial information and stuff.
Right.
But you know, okay, you can't afford your light bill. Well, can you afford a frickin' T1 bill?
Well, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping now with these. Well, some people may know we may have fast downs at home, but your ups are slow. Okay. And so you have to go and get a dedicated business or a special T1, 2, 3, whatever. But what I'm saying is, I think it might be better for the studios to invest in whatever it takes to get that up. And what they would pay Iron Mountain plus that up, they would get a better backup, a more reliable backup, I'm hoping, with less time spent that they could be doing to generate other income. That's what I'm hoping.
Well, I'm hopeful for that too, but meanwhile, we're putting more FireWire drives on shelves.
Yeah.
And even what you're talking about now to implement would be an $8,000 to $12,000 annual cost if you drop the T1. And so, you know, I mean, you know, Verizon's doing fiber to the house.
Right.
You know, I mean, when we have fiber to 75% of the locations in the country, hell yeah, it's going to be viable. But I think that for us to say, okay, until we have a cloud solution or an off-site solution, that we do nothing, is a wrong message as well. I mean, yeah, everybody has trouble keeping the lights on. I have trouble keeping the lights on. I'm being figurative in you know, in my example, it's a cost,
but it's an issue.
It is an issue.
But we even have a really nice air quotes business connection. And when I go to post references for clients, even though it's a few minutes, that's at 700 megs over a few minutes. What would a terabyte take? You know, and some of our Pro Tools sessions are gigs and gigs and gigs.
Well, this is the old T1 solution, and it's obsolete.
Right.
T1 is 1.5.
Right.
That's obsolete. We've got 8 T1s.
It's 1.5 in optimal condition.
In optimal condition, when it's not being throttled down.
It's not.
Yeah, I find you get about 75 kilobytes a second up on a 1.5 up.
Sure.
It's bad.
So in Washington State, the University of Washington is doing some experiments with other college IT departments, and they're calling it Internet 2. And they have I'm not exactly sure of the throughput, but it's like having FireWire basic speed.
Well, it's 2 gigabit.
2 gigabit. 10.
With the old
Do I hear 12?
We were able to actually transfer 30 megasecond from Indiana University to St. Louis to all sorts of places.
But isn't that for
Right, at which
streaming
point
it
that
to
becomes
video?
ubiquitous, like broadband is now, and they said would never happen. At least on the business level, I mean, it's not really practical for a cloud
For
solution.
streaming, question.
I'm actually next internet to employee, so the current network is a 10 gigabit backbone. The 40 gigabit backbone is nearly completed. So, and there's already plans for the 100.
I just wonder what they're going to charge for that when it finally hits.
Well, current membership rates and connectivity fees are $250,000 a year.
We can afford that.
Yeah, write a check. Look out of your seats, folks. There's also
At that point, dark fiber might be cheaper, but interesting.